Hi, I'm Reverend Natalie Jean, and this is the Emma Curtis Hopkins Movement. Now, today I want to talk to you about the storm. There's this storm that they keep talking about coming into our universe that's going to try to derail, do a bunch of destruction. And if you watch the media or you listen to the media, this has a potential to instill so much fear in you, it'll drive you crazy. You'll have anxiety, you start doubting whether there is a God or not. For me, that does not happen. I went to the grocery store the other day, yesterday and today, and things were flying off the shelf. You couldn't find anything. And I was just surprised. People are butting in front of you. One man said, "Did you know she butted in front of you?" I said, "I don't have the energy to argue with anybody. I'll find another line." Now, they call this thing Sandy. Obviously, they call these hurricanes, most of them women, because we're so powerful. It's just a beautiful thing. And then they want to give it a name, another name. They want to call it Frankenstein. Now, that is definitely a human conditioning, because somebody spiritual would never do something like that. Because the truth is that when you start naming something, especially the word Frankenstein, which is supposed to symbolize this thing that was created by electricity that has a lot of power that really can't die. You're naming it something that you're going to give it extreme amount of power. Saying this is the worst thing that's coming. It is going to cause destruction and mayhem. This is what is going on in our news. This is what is going on all around us. Now, I call on to all my spiritual light workers, all those people that are spiritual and praying for this thing that does not exist. It is an illusion. But the first thing we need to understand is, why do these things keep popping up? This year has been the worst, absolutely worst, for hurricanes, thunderstorms, tornadoes, you name it, the aspect of destruction. Why is that? Now, I have many different ideas on these things. I think it's the consciousness of mankind. We go back and forth, debating who we want on the presidential seat, and there's been a lot of negativity back and forth. And I have to admit, I've been part of the process of trying to get people to see the things about Romney. I've had friends trying to make me see the things about Obama. So I think that kind of consciousness has been brewing. It's been brewing. There's a lot more hate in the world. We have a lot more violence in different countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, all Iran, talking about nuclear weapons. This year has just been a culmination of hate. Yet, in some of those instances and countries, some of those countries have been saved. We've had a little girl recently in Guatemala that you have to just give her a hand. You have to say she is a gift from God. All she did was say that she believes that women should have an education, and the Taliban felt that that was something against them, and then they go and shoot her because they want to kill her. Okay, now that's not right. But we have to look at this woman, this little girl, she's a woman to me, who stood up and say, I am going to rise from the ashes, and I am going to still deliver my message. I am a woman, hear me roar, I deserve to be educated. It is a beautiful thing. Now, in our lifetime here, in our spiritual quest, in our understanding about who we are, we need to use that understanding and that connection to the universe. We are connected to everything around us. When we walk outside, you touch the grass, you touch the trees, you look at the squirrels, anything of nature, that is us. We are connected. Remember, they said ashes to ashes. Why is it that some of us get cremated, or even some of us get put underground? We turn to dust. We go back to the earth. We are connected. And it seems that a lot of people have forgotten this principle. Well, I am here to tell you that we can do away with things like Sandy. We can do away with any tornado or hurricane or coming out. The first thing we need to do is not panic. The second thing we need to do is understand, remember our power. What did God tell us? We are one with God. He is our Father. All we have to do is ask God. Now, the thing that comes out of this, which is amazing to me, is that people are going to say, well, God is doing this. God can only bring good. You must start to understand that this is a culmination of a humanistic condition. It is the humanistic thoughts that are reverberating throughout the universe. It is tired. Look at what we do to our trees once a tornado hits, or in different places. We cut them down. We're like, oh no, you're not going to fall neighborhood, and I pray for the other trees, and I bless my tree. I say, tree, I love you. Thank you for protecting my home. Protecting my home from the sun, protecting my home for all things. I know you are here to protect me. I know that you stand still and that you love me. I go to each tree around the area. I go to the tree across my street. I say, thank you for being here for me. You know, these trees, they give us oxygen, and then when something happens like this, we are quick to remove them. We want to destroy them because we think that these things are here to destroy us. But that is false. That is false. And I beg, I implore people not to cut down your trees. Love them. Tell them that you love them. I don't care if you tell it in front of people that may look at you like you're crazy. Who cares? We're not here to care about what anybody thinks about the things that we do. But we need to get to a place that we stop talking about being spiritual and actually use the principles. We stop reading Emma Curtis Hopkins' teachings and start working out her principles. Emma Curtis Hopkins, she would have been in a storm. She would have said, all right, I'm about to work. Let's get to it. You need to stand firm and tall and speak your truth and say, Sandy has no power here. God is the only power acting around this universe. Sandy, be gone. You have no power here. We don't even see you. You are an illusion. And watch this thing weaken and not have the power that the media wants to talk to us on a daily basis. What is this thing? What is this thing? You know, the media is at fault for a lot of things because they engage our minds to say, oh my gosh, you know, one lady told me on Facebook, all the gas stations were wiped out. I was at the gas station just getting gas because I didn't have gas. And this guy was like, oh, you're filling up because of this? I said, no, I just needed gas. What is this thing that is trying to destroy us and tell us that there is no God? There is a God. There's a God that walks out the door every single day. That is you and I. We must begin to see it in each individual. Once we start seeing this God in every individual, those things cannot come into our lives. Why? Because our mindset is going to be full of love. Because God equates love. God equates good. And there is good for us and we ought to have it. This was the message that Emma Curtis Hopkins wanted to bring out. We have to hold on to this message. We've got to be true to this message. We've got to know that there's no person, places, or conditions that has the power to bind our spirit. So why is it when things like this happen, people are just like, okay, what are we going to do now? Let's rush out and get all these light fixtures and get all these flashlights and all these things, and we have to secure this and we have to secure that. I myself will walk out into the eye of the storm and tell Sandy to her face, be gone. This is God's world. It is not your world. You know what? And I send it love. I send you love. I send you love. You have no power here. Say it. We must begin to say, peace be still, peace be still, peace be still. This is the time where you will truly understand what